The last night. More like it better be the last of these Transformers movies, Michael Bay. Transformers The Last Night. So Transformers The Last Night is the fifth film in the Michael Bay Transformers franchise. Like I said, it's directed by Michael Bay, and it's the second film starring Mark Wahlberg. And if you want to plug these movies, good robots, bad robots, there are humans, boom, 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 Michael Bay, boom, 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 boom. Transformers The Last Night. Before I start this review, I'm going to give my thoughts on the previous Transformers movies before I talk about this one. The first Transformers movie came out 10 years ago. Oh my god, do I feel old. But anyway, this is a decent movie. It was entertaining, not really Oscar-worthy in terms of acting, directing, screenwriting. It was just an enjoyable popcorn movie, and it's the only one of the Michael Bay Transformers movie I actually consider watching more than once. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I remember being so excited for this movie back in 2009. Really, every movie I saw in 2009, no matter what in the previews, I saw a trailer for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and I was so excited. And once I saw the movie, I thought it was okay, but then years later, yeah, this is a terrible movie. The humor just falls flat, and it's boring, and I understood why it was terrible, because it was written during the writer's strike, and the script felt rushed. It had to be written in like 3-6 weeks, and I understood why this movie sucked. And out of all the Transformers sequels, at least this one had an excuse why it was terrible. Transformers Dark of the Moon was a bit of an improvement over Revenge of the Fallen, but was still the same Michael Bay Transformers movie seen a couple other times. Still the idiotic humor, the explosions, boom boom boom, long running time. And speaking of long running time, the fourth one had to be 2 hours and 45 minutes. And Transformers Age of Extinction was absolutely terrible, the worst one. The fourth one just shows that Michael Bay just doesn't care what his critics think. He just does whatever he wants, no matter how much people hate him, or he doesn't care about improving. He just wants explosions and no. And I was tired of the same thing over and over again, and I really didn't want to watch this movie. I really don't. I had no anticipation for this movie. I didn't like the trailers. I wasn't really impressed that much. I didn't want to give this movie any more money because this is a big money-making franchise. I decided to give the film a chance since, why not? It probably won't be that bad. Some people were saying it's the worst. I was like, really? Can't be that bad, but I decided to watch it, and wow. I don't know how Michael Bay did it, but he somehow did. And I thought Revenge of the Fallen and Age of Extinction were the worst. Michael Bay somehow made the worst Transformers movie yet. This film is absolutely horrendous. Oh my god, this is a horrible movie. Oh my god. Wow, this is bad. Guess there's like one positive thing I could say about the movie is that the beginning action scene was actually pretty decent. It was like cool medieval times. Alright, this could be a good movie. Let's hope this movie could be a fun movie. Maybe critics are wrong. And then it all goes downhill once I see a drunk Merlin played by Stanley Tucci. And that's where things started to get worse and worse. And just by that, the only good thing in the movie, and now there are no good things in this movie. Let's get into the cons. The best part of the first three Transformers movies were the effects of, and I thought it looked like real big robots. They looked real, and these effects were some of the reasons why people go to see these movies. But ever since the fourth one, the effects got worse. They look fake. They look like cardboard cutouts. They still look terrible in this movie. The effects in this movie are garbage, and the action figures of these Transformers look more realistic than this movie. Yeah. And the action is just boring, repetitive. It's just the same Michael Bay, boom, 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 boom. It's the same boring, repetitive, and nauseating action for 2.5 hours. And I couldn't stand it. Mark Wahlberg, he's such a good actor, and he's really trying in this movie, but I feel like he was just there for the paycheck. And I recently read that he doesn't want to do these movies anymore, and it kind of shows in this movie because he looks bored. And I feel so sorry for Mark Wahlberg because he's an actor I really like, and I respect him for trying in this horrible movie. The little girl in the film and in the trailers, you think, oh, this could be a strong female character. Alright, let's see what she does. She does nothing in this movie. She barely does anything in this movie, and for the first half of the movie, she's just like there, and then once the Autobots are like, we'll take you to the front lines, kid, she pretty much does nothing. And then once she comes back in the movie, it's almost like I forgot this character was in the movie. It was like, what's the reason for you being in this movie again? And the dialogue, don't get me started on the dialogue. There is some horrendous, awful, cringe-worthy humor that just falls flat. I did not laugh one time during this movie. A 2.5-hour movie, and there were moments that were trying too hard to be funny, and I didn't laugh one time. The editing in this movie is dreadful, and if you thought the editing in Suicide Squad was awful, wait till you see this. There is a scene in the beginning, Drunk Merlin, and it was like, as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, oh no, the editing in this movie is not going to be that bad. And it was just like jump cuts, like jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. And it got so annoying, and it's like, this movie just can't take a break. It just can't like breathe and have some time to slow down, and it gave me a headache. There is also something a lot of people pointed out, the aspect ratios. The changing of the aspect ratios between widescreen and full screen throughout this entire film. Oh my god, it was the most distracting thing I've ever seen. It's like widescreen to full screen, widescreen to full screen. And it's not like in a Christopher Nolan movie where it's just characters talking in widescreen and maybe it'll expand to full screen if there's an action scene. It's not like that. It's not like that in this movie. It's just like characters talking, big action scene, and still widescreen, and then full screen, widescreen, full screen, widescreen, full screen, widescreen, full screen, throughout this entire film. Michael Bay, if you have to choose an aspect ratio, either A, do what Christopher Nolan does, and maybe if there's a character's talking scene, not a whole lot of action going on, just maybe have widescreen and then expand it to full screen for the action scenes, or B, if you're gonna have either widescreen or full screen, and if you can't pick one, just pick one and stick with it. Don't do that. Come on. And also, Anthony Hopkins, what are you doing in this movie? You're a great actor. You're Hannibal Lecter. Why are you in this movie delivering this stupid Michael Bay cringeworthy humor dialogue and him saying, dude, to Mark Wahlberg, and another line he says, like, that's a big car. Well, at least Thor Ragnarok is coming out in 2 months, so it's not a bad year for Anthony Hopkins. Why is he in this movie? And this movie is the second shortest film in the Transformers franchise, and that did not help. It just felt so long, and in the climax, I almost fell asleep 3 times during the climax. I almost fell asleep, and I wanted to turn this movie off so badly. I was like, I want this movie to end, but I gotta be persistent, gotta wait till it's over. I know how horrible this movie is, I just gotta wait till it's over, and I can finish watching this movie. Overall, Transformers: The Last Knight. It's the worst movie of the year. It's the worst movie I've seen all year. I hated this movie. I didn't like the action. I didn't like the characters. Mark Wahlberg and Anthony Hopkins are wasted in this movie. The pacing is terrible. The editing is dreadful. The attempts at humor fall incredibly flat. Michael Bay, he said that this is going to be his last Transformers movie. He better stick to those words. I don't think I can ever watch another Michael Bay Transformers movie again. I never want to see this movie again. It's easily the worst movie I've seen all year, and so far on this channel, I have given mostly movies 5 out of 5 stars, and which is my highest rating, but I'm ready to give my lowest rating to this movie. And I have not given a movie rating this yet, since it truly deserves it, but I feel like this movie truly does. Not even that cool medieval times action scene helped this movie. It was immediately ruined by horrible dialogue. So for that, I'm gonna give Transformers: The Last Knight, boom, a Michael Bay boom of 0 stars out of 5. Just nothing good about this movie. Nothing. Do not watch Transformers: The Last Knight. It'll give you a headache. 2.5 hours time wasted. Do not watch this movie and just stay far away. Do not buy this movie tomorrow. Rent Wonder Woman instead if you haven't. Just please check that movie out. It's a million times better than this. Do not watch Transformers: The Last Knight. Do not watch this horrible movie. I'm begging you. Just please don't watch Transformers 5. So what do you guys think of Transformers: The Last Knight? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Bender, and look forward to another movie review.